So, we open the movie engaged in the hide-and-seek world championship between Carrot Top and Professor Trelawney. Carrot Top wins a bow for her troubles and then follows a blue light special off into the woods, and then a demon bear casually shows up and casually eats a large Scottish man's leg off. So, a couple years later, Carrot Top happy horsey rides off into the mountains and drinks from a waterfall, and then she hears that she will marry the winner of the Highland Games. Carrot Top protests because she wanted to fall in love with the right person the right way on her own time. This does not go over well with Professor Trelawney, who gives us the advice as old as time.
It's marriage, it's not the end of the world.
The suitors are presented to Carrot Top, and it's funny because the one guy is named Dingwall. Dingwall doesn't find this as funny as I do and begins the day with a rousing round of the national sport of Scotland. Luckily, Professor Trelawney is there to break it up, so yay, feminism? Carrot Top finds a loophole in the system and announces that the Highland Games will be a round of archery. We laugh as the boys suck at archery except Dingwall. But then Carrot Top reveals the loophole that she found, allowing her to shoot for her own hand. So she splits the arrow and then tears a tapestry, and then Professor Trelawney burns her bow and everyone regrets what they did. Carrot Top runs out of the room, and one might even call her a gone girl.
What are you thinking? How are you feeling? What have we done to each other?
So Carrot Top's sad horsey rides into the woods and follows another blue light special. She finds Molly Weasley at the end of it, who's doing fine in her widowed years, but has developed a pretty serious bear fetish. Carrot Top asks Molly Weasley to change her mother, and so Molly Weasley obviously takes this to mean change my mother into a bear. And it was so. So, Professor Trelawney's a bear now, and Carrot Top storms back to Molly Weasley's cottage to tell her off, but then Molly Weasley's spirit clarifies that the spell will become permanent if... I don't remember, but basically she needs to mend the bond torn by pride. So Carrot Top and Professor Trelawney weather the storm, eat some fish, sing a touching song, but then Professor Trelawney tries to kill Carrot Top, so now even Carrot Top realizes that Professor Trelawney should be a person again. Yeah, so another blue light special pops up, and then that takes them to Castle Ruins, where they meet up with Casual Demon Bear. He should kill Carrot Top, but she's the protagonist, silly. Of course she doesn't die. So Carrot Top and Professor Trelawney make their way back to their castle, where the clans have now gone to war in the banquet hall, for absolutely no reason. I really can't even make anything up. Carrot Top breaks up the fight and uses the A she earned in public speaking, making her old mama bear proud, dissipating the threat of war and calling the wedding off, creating a new tradition for the kingdom. Everyone's happy with this, and that would be the end. But wait, Professor Trelawney's still a bear. Large Scottish man now has finally started looking for his wife, and then a hilarious misunderstanding makes him lock Carrot Top in her room and send his men off to kill the bear that he doesn't realize is the wife that he's looking for. Carrot Top breaks out of her room battling her insomnia by learning how to sew as she angsty horsey rides into battle and becomes a spokeswoman against domestic abuse.
I'll not let you kill my mother.
Casual Demon Bear shows up and fights Professor Trelawney, who kills him, redeeming Anakin Skywalker, but that doesn't turn her back into a human. Carrot Top cries about this, and that seems to do the trick. So Carrot Top and Professor Trelawney celebrate by having a happy horsey ride as another blue light special disappears. The end. So a couple of... What did I even say? The day the games comes... Oh, gosh, that's hard. That's a hard sentence. Ugh. Carrot Top asks Professor... No, she does not ask Professor Trelawney that. Professor Trelawney is her mother. That was attractive. Casual Demon Bear shows up and fights Professor Trelawney, who kills him, redeeming